Good morning, ladies. How are you? Well, let's try to finish this, and I hope your M turned well. And just follow my lead, my steps, and do the following thing. We are going to work today just with this pencil and this pencil, okay? Now I'm continuing working with this one because it was the one that I used for this, and this one is going to be used later. So for this one, here at the top, very easy. You see that there is like a small space from the end of the top of the M till we reach the side of the sheet. So we're going to draw one vertical line. It is supposed to be 90 degrees here, okay? Another one here, another one here, and another one here. Let's see if it works at the end. Very easy. All right, now here, the three parts that we have at the bottom. Okay, here you have to do a similar thing, but not exactly the same. What you have to do is a 45 degrees line, approximately, so like a diagonal direction, something like this. The length similar to the one we have put on the top, similar, okay? So you have to do it freehand. You don't have to take measurements, but when in case you want to, take the same that you have put here. So it's like 45 degrees. And from these different vertices, we have to do the same thing, a line similar to this one, so that they have to be parallel between them, okay, with this measurement. But you know that in this exercise, everything is freehand. So make sure that the direction is the same, okay? Because we're going to do a little bit of a perspective. And if you don't follow these instructions, this perspective won't work, probably. Okay, so it's not difficult. Now we are going to connect these lines like this, okay? And I'm going to put the sheet in vertical position because it's easier for me to draw the lines this way. Okay, I think it's simple. Now we're going to do a parallel line to this one, connecting this point with this point. It is supposed to be simple because you just have to follow the path of this line exactly the same. And try to connect to this end point. All right, we have one. Now we're going to do the same with this one, and in this case we're not going to connect with anything, but we have to go parallel to this curved line. So it's not difficult because we just have to follow the line that we already have. Like this. It's getting a little bit of, how can I say, thickness, está cogiendo un poco de grosor. And we're going to do similar to what we have done here. We're going to do the same here, taking these two lines as the references, okay? So I'm going to do this. And I try to go parallel to the one that I have on my right side. Something like this. It's easier for me to go from the top to the up and down, I mean, instead of down up. And Here, the same process. I'm going to put it upside down. And remember, they are supposed to be parallel, okay? There we go. Okay, done. Now I change my pencil. I'm taking the classic one, the 2BH one. And I suppose that this exercise is possible to be done with any color, any wooden pencil, I mean. But to be honest, I'm going to use this pencil here. I'm going to do it in a gray scale. And I'm going to take a paper. Yeah. I will explain you then later. I'm going to take a paper in order not to ruin my sheet with this, because I usually have problems, and if I don't put it, I'm going to pick the graphite that I have on the sheet, and I'm going to place it everywhere. So I always suggest you to pick some paper that you won't use, or scrap paper or something like that, just to put always your whatever it is called, that, which I don't know, but well, your hand on it instead of on the paper. This way you are going to avoid, or well, not avoid, but well, you can, well, I don't know how to say it, but well, you're going to keep cleaner your sheet. Okay, these are huevombis. The other day I was talking with my nephew, with Danny, Andrea, and lately he's asking me to invent stories, to make up stories of something a little bit creepy and scary. And he's obsessed with Dracula and zombies in general. So I invented one in which somebody opened his fridge, and inside there were the classical box with eggs, but they were not real eggs as regular eggs. They were the gombis. I don't know how to say in English, but in Spanish eran los huevombis, de huevo y zombie, los huevombis. Bueno, pues voy a aprovechar los huevombis para, mira, Webenstein, había uno que era el doctor Webenstein. Bueno, pues así paso yo los días. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to turn the sheet in order to make it easier for me. And the first thing I'm going to do is to press these areas, to press with my, we are going to, I haven't told you yet, we are going to shade the M. Vamos a sombrear la M, vamos a darle como claro oscuro. We're going to shade it. And some of you, probably you would like to use some handkerchief or paper or something to extend or to expand, most than extend. Extend es como prolongar, como prorrogar. To expand the, or make it a little bit more blurry or diffuse, or well, whatever you can call it. Well, anyway, this part is going to be quite dark. When I see quite dark, it's going to be the darkest one. So don't hesitate and press, press, press. We do the same in the three of them. And the ones on the top, the ones here, these ones are going to remain white. We are not going to touch them. So I told you the other day, this is an optical illusion exercise. So it is supposed to work at the very end. But this is the first year I work on this kind of exercises. And I don't know if they will turn out properly. Anyway, in case they they want. Of course, all this process would be taken into account by myself, okay? So don't worry, I wish it's going to work. I think I'm doing everything well, but I'm not really sure because I've never tried before. So it's some kind of experiment. I've done some other optical illusion exercises with year 1. If you want to check out them on my YouTube channel, you can. Primero de la ESO Optical Illusions. There are 2. They take about 30 minutes of video, but they are very, very, very simple. And they turn interesting. I like the chair the most, but the ladder is interesting as well. If you want to check them out, it's a possibility. Or you go to the video and you see the end of the video when I'm showing the final result, and if you like it, you can use it. I'm doing another optical illusion exercise with year 3, and we haven't finished yet, and I know it's not going to turn out properly because I missed one detail, and it's I like it too, but it's not going to turn out well for the next time. I'm sorry about them. In case they like it, it's not going to work out as it was supposed to do. Okay, so I have this, and now it's a shadowing thing. Dark middle part is going to turn white, upper part is going to be dark as well. So I mean, we're going to shading from dark to white, from dark to white, and then I will tell you what to do with this and these ones. These ones, white all the time. So this part is going to be dark. Usually when we are using this technique of shading, when we have 2 dark shadows together, in this case, this part belongs to another part of the M. I mean, it's a whole M, but there is a front part. This is a profile part and another profile part. I don't know if you understand that. So the thing is that if this part is very dark and this part is going to be very dark too, we are supposed to leave a small part a little bit lighter, just for them not to get as one thing, because we have to distinguish this part from the part on the top. No sé si me seguís. Cuando tenemos 2 partes oscuras, voy a empezar. Cuando tenéis 2 partes oscuras, aunque sean muy oscuras ambas, hay que asegurarse de que queda aquí como una parte, incluso una línea blanca entre ellas, no blanca del todo, pero como un gris más clarito, y luego ya le metemos caña para que la parte frontal, la que vemos de frente, y esta parte de abajo de la M, que sería como la parte de abajo de la M, si la pusiéramos de pie esto quedaría apoyado en el suelo, no se conviertan en una sola cosa y visualmente se pierda la idea de perspectiva. Entonces, como veis, he dejado como una especie de zona aquí más gris, luego ya iré retocando. En realidad lo estoy haciendo así y debería hacerlo así porque va a ser más cómodo, ¿vale? Así que bueno, el tema de los bordes. Y aquí ya le voy a meter oscuro. When we shade, everyone has its own technique, so I accept them all. The idea is that they work. This is the point. So I don't like too much the fingering thing. I don't like too much the handkerchief thing with the paper. But if I have to choose one of them, I will use the handkerchief thing for sure. I don't like passing the finger by my... I'm going to take the Webombis. And of course you can do it more like this. I control my pencil worse if I do this. But of course it is, you go a little bit faster. Yeah. The problem are the sides or the limits of the M. And as you can see, I'm making some kind of gradient, and the grays are getting lighter. But they have to be like, has to be soft. This difference of grays has to be to go like gradually, and you have to, I don't want to see the blah, blah, blah. This kind of cuts in between the different grays. So be careful with that. And try to make it the softer you can. The softer or the softest? The softest you can. There are simple English grammar things. I doubt. Okay, so something like this. I'm going to leave this part white. Later I will fusionate it. Fusionate. Bueno, no sé fusionar. I'm going to blend them, this gray part with this white part later. But now I'm going to do this process, exactly the same thing, over the same area. I mean, if I did this area, it's like if I draw a line here, like a stop line, a limit line, and I'm going to do exactly the same with these other areas. This one is bigger because it splits in two, but it's just almost here, the thing we have to shade. So let's go for it. So it's now when I use my web on this in order not to put my hand here and avoid this or keep the distance with this part. But it would be nice to see it, just to know what I've done. So I'm going to put it like this way. I'm sorry because I change my mind all the time. But if I don't see it, I cannot follow the gradient properly, so that's why. So here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to leave like a small white part. I can do it a little bit grayish, but the thing is to separate these two areas properly. I'm going to use my pencil in this position for the beginning, just to es que estoy diciendo avoid es prohibir, y lo que quería decir es como evitar, y ahora no me viene a la cabeza. Supongo que avoid puede considerarse correcto, pero creo que hay otra palabra que es como que mi cabeza me dice las sabes, pero mi cerebro no me la está transmitiendo, la verdad. O puñetero. Vale, you have to try to follow the direction of the shape of the area you are going to fill with pencil. I will press harder, a little bit harder later. That's it. And me ha quedado una especie de rayón, pero bueno, tampoco es. If you get bored with this, you can pause the video till we start with this other part, but it's going to be similar to this lower part, okay? I'm just recording instead of giving you or sending you a photo, just because I want to know how long it takes to do this whole process, and I don't want to exceed the 15 minutes limit, which are the classes, because I want to be fair with you and your time, because you you need your free time too, and I don't want you to take it from you. I think in Toreno you can go out 24 hours a day. I mean, you don't have time limits or a timetable for that, and I'm so happy for you. It's good news. But please be careful, because I think people is not taking that very seriously, and probably we will have another critical moment if we continue like that, and I wouldn't like to go backwards and start with a confinement as we have spent our time. I mean, as the one that we have already had. And just be careful, okay? I'm so happy because you guys are less prone to, or less likely to develop the disease, which is really good news. Anyways, be careful and take care of your parents, grandparents, and elder people in general. Old people in general, sorry. Old people, it's me. Take care of me. No, but it's true. Old people too. According to this virus, I have chances to die. I wouldn't like to die, but you know what? It's a little bit... I'm sorry, because yesterday I had a bad day. I was a little bit under the weather, and I had a bad day, and I was like thinking that governments are not taking very seriously, in general, all over the world, are not taking very seriously what is happening, and they want to start with everything as it was before. And you know, in 60 days, nature has opened its path brutally, and now you can see fishes on Venice channels or canals. I don't know how to say that. There are jellyfishes, there are dolphins, the mountains, las dunas, on the beaches in Gran Canaria. There are beautiful things that are happening, and we human beings were destroying. And it's like we're going to start over with the same way of living. And I'm a little bit sad of that, because governments are not taking measures to try to change it, because I think people is ready to change a little bit and to be more eco-friendly and nature-friendly and animal-friendly. I don't mean to get vegans and things like that, but I mean to consume differently and to live differently and to be more in touch with our planet. I'm sorry, I'm just giving you here this speech, but just today I was a little bit sad because of all of this, and I think nothing is going to change. Probably some other day I will feel more optimistic, and I will say that I believe and I have faith on humans, but not today. Well, I mean adults. When I'm saying humans, I mean adults, because you teenagers are wonderful people, kids are wonderful people. In general, I like the way you are, the way you think, and I wish you can change things in the near future, because it's true that you are our hope. Adults are like a little bit rotten, podridos. Estamos un poco pochos todos. Y yo también, quiero decir, mis hábitos tampoco son los más saludables en general. Pero, jova, no sé, es todo tan brutal. Y nos acaba de dar todo un toque y la naturaleza nos es que es flipante todo lo que está ocurriendo ahora, desde que hemos desaparecido del mapa. O sea, es como, ala, iros un poquito a cagar porque lo estabais estropeando todo. Me callo. Entonces, por supuesto que la gente tiene que volver a trabajar, tiene que ganar dinero y tiene que vivir, desde luego que sí. Pero no debería ser al ritmo al que se está haciendo ahora ni en las condiciones en las que se está haciendo ahora. Deberíamos ser más solidarios con nosotros mismos. Y me parece que los que mueven los hilos de lo que se cuece, no tienen ningún interés en eso. Perdonad la chapa, pero es que me ha dado. Bueno, esto lo tengo que aclarar un poco porque me ha quedado aquí como que de paso del gris al blanco. So I have to, and it's quite difficult for me with this position of the pencil because I'm not very used to it. When I did this at university, it was with the coal, con el carboncillo. And I'm not very used to shade with pencil. And, you know, I'm not very gentle when I hold the pencil. I'm not very, how can I say, delicate. On the opposite. I'm the opposite. I'm like I do everything very powerfully and doing like soft things is not easy for me. It never was. Well, but more or less we have this. Well, something like this, I think it's okay. And we're going to do now the same operation here. So this part is white, so here I have no problems to press as hard as I want because the difference is already clear. So I don't have to do this white line thing that I've done at the bottom. That's it. And well, with this exercise, we're doing a little bit of shading because I think we haven't done anything yet. So it's a good thing to practice. And today, well, when I woke up a few minutes ago, I started thinking about the mural and the stains of the last year's mural, the stains that were appearing in some black areas and that I wanted to cover again. And oh my gosh, I hope we can take it. I mean, we can start it over, well, not over, but start with it again at some point. I don't know if together or alone, but be sure that I want to finish it. And hopefully in September we can see each other. I mean, in person. Because I miss you. And Andrea, the other day you had a very good idea to do this tele-meeting. We have to arrange that whenever it comes. I mean, it's good for everyone. Probably on our classes time would be the best choice. On Mondays we have class at last hour 1:30, and today we have class at cuando me salen rayones me pongo un poquito de los nervios porque es que ya está esto que no mierda. We have class at second hour, a little bit early, but any of these 2 days are great for me if it is to see you. And I promise we don't have to talk in English if you don't want to, just to say hi and see our faces, and in case you want. I mean, I don't want to force anyone to do that. You are working very well, you're following my classes, you're handing the exercises, and you're working as you work always. Well, something like this. Okay, something like this. I'm going to lengthen this part a little bit because I want the white part, sorry, to be a little bit more straight. Better. And let's continue with this one. I'm going to sharpen a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it, but outside my window there is some kind of engine sound, like if they were cutting the branches of the trees or something like that. But the thing is that I think it's not the period for that. So I don't know what are they really doing, but they do it every morning. And it's quite annoying, the sound. I know they are working and it's what they have to do. Oh, I say they because I don't know who's doing this. I don't know if it is 1 or 2 people, but it's like I don't know what are they doing really, because we're in springtime. Trees and nature is blooming literally. So we don't need to cut any branches or anything, I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a city girl raised in a big city, well, a big city, a medium-sized city, and I don't have knowledge. I'm not aware of this kind of things, but it's annoying, that's for sure. Every single morning at 8:30 or 8, even earlier, they start and it's like, okay, great. They remember me that I have to wake up, sorry. And I prefer my clock alarm with birds and cascades sound. Li, 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 li. Pues nada, de verdad que no sé qué hacen, ¿eh? Están ahí con el ruido, ríe, 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 ríe. Otras veces mi vecino, a veces yo no sé qué hace. ¿Qué le pasa? Si se pone un altavoz en la garganta o algo. ¿Qué dices tú, macho? Pelín cutre, ¿no? No sé qué tal se ve desde ahí, pero yo aquí me está dando un poco me está dando un poco la risa. A ver. Bueno, va a funcionar en cualquier... Bueno, va a funcionar, eso espero. Voy a darle un poco más a la parte aquí oscura. Yo creo que es suficiente, con esto. Ay, madre. Que a veces me salen unos rayajos así sin querer, yo, que me llevo unos sustos. Como este que acaba de salirme aquí, que me da un bajón. Bueno, los huevombis, por Dios, porque ya estoy viendo que esto empieza a ser un drama. Bueno, aquí estoy limpiando y realmente no es muy necesario porque voy a pintar ahora por aquí, pero bueno, intento ser disciplinada. Porque si me dejáis sola, quiero decir, si yo aquí no estuviera siendo profesora, estaría con plan, venga. Vale, más o menos, más o menos. Quito yo un poco lo gordo y tenemos una especie ahí de brillo, ¿no? Central y más o menos el efecto está. Let's continue with these small lines or the thickness of the laterals of the M. And for them, we are going to use a medium gray scale, medium hard, I mean, over this area. And remember, for the parts that are in touch with that are next to the darkest areas, we should leave like this white thing as we have done here, because we have to distinguish every part of the M. Okay, so for instance here I would I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to leave this white part very, very, very thin, and I'm going to darken the rest of the profile. In a medium dark gray. Try not to undraw the drawing. I don't know if I can say that, but it's like desdibujar, que no se os desdibujen las formas. Sed cuidadosos con al sombrear con los laterales para que no se os deformen, not to get distorted, okay, or distort. I don't know how would be the past participle of that one. Distorted probably, but there are many things that I don't know. Okay, so if I could remember them at the end of the video, it would be nice in order to look for them and that things, but I don't do it. I'm improvising all the time, and I do the same with you, with my English, I mean. So I make mistakes and I accept them, but I'm sure I'm improving a little every day. All right. Almost finishing, 40 minutes doing this, 40 minutes. So we're not going to finish today. We will finish probably next day. It will take just 10 or something like this minutes, but I will do another tutorial with the end of this exercise and the best part of it. So probably I will record it during this weekend and I will send to you on Monday, and we will finish that. If it takes 15 minutes, 15 minutes. If it takes 40, 40. If it takes 5, 5. But I'm not going to start with another exercise. I just want to finish this one, and I don't mind if it takes less than 15 minutes. Okay, remember to do the same thing of the white line when you are on the top, because you are in a dark area and we want to distinguish and separate the profile from the front. And remember not to lose the shape of what you are coloring right now. Try not to. So there we go. We have the profile. It's more or less the same gray all the time, but taking into account these things that I'm telling you. Okay, let's do the same thing with the other 4 profiles. Exactly the same. And we will, I think it was going to take us the rest of the time. So we are going to finish with this. But anyway, I'm going to be very escrupulosa with time because I don't want to use more than 50 minutes. It's a class, it's a class. It's a deal, it's a deal. I know you don't mind. I know at some point you will tell me, Maria, don't worry, I don't mind. That's it. But I think we have to be clear with rules. And, well, I don't know, it's my way of thinking. I like to spend time with you, you know, but you have more things to do, I'm sure, and things that you want to do by yourselves. And I have to respect that. And I will for sure. Vale, ya tenemos esta otra parte. Recordad la línea blanquita. Pues mira, me acaba de dar la línea blanquita una idea ahora para el siguiente ejercicio, que nada tiene que ver con este. Yo voy ahí cambiando cosas, tengo varios en mente para vosotras. Y según me va viniendo, pues voy a ello. Vamos a hacer esta otra. Misma jugada. La separación esta es muy estrechita, ¿eh? No me dejéis ahí Es que luego visualmente se nota mogollón. Es que se nota mogollón, pero es que es súper estrechita, es como de 1 milímetro. Entonces no me dejéis ahí mucho espacio para la línea esa blanca que os digo, porque no es necesario. Es que es súper, súper fina, pero realmente se visibiliza muy bien por el contraste que generan, claro, las dos áreas oscuras con la línea esta pequeñita blanca. Siempre que hay dos zonas de sombra-sombra juntas que pertenecen a planos diferentes, por decirlo así, siempre va a haber unas zonas, ya no te digo blancas, pero una zona que delimite ambas y va a ser más clara, claro, evidentemente. En esta parte ya la línea blanca no es necesaria porque realmente no hay, ya hay contraste entre la zona que estoy coloreando ahora y la zona que estaba coloreada al lado, que está muchísimo más clara. Cuidado con que no se desdibuje la M. Y venga, ay madre, que no me sale la voz. Vamos con la última. Aquí abajo, pequeño espacio en blanco. En el lateral en principio un poquito también, aunque no sea de la misma, igual de la misma, mismo nivel de oscuridad. But we leave it just in case. It's easier than erasing later, because you will need a thin rubber for that. And with a regular one, it's complicated because you're going to erase many, a bigger area of what you really want to erase. So I suggest you to leave the thin line, and in case you don't need it later, you can paint it again. So it's easier to leave it and then paint it instead of painting it and then erasing it. And we are finishing this part, so we still need to do a couple of things on this exercise. So I was telling you we will finish it on Monday. That's it. There we go. I have some stains. Even though I'm used my Webombis sheet, there are some stains. I'm going to erase them. Not too many, so well done. I highly recommend you to use a Webombis sheet in order not to spoil and ruin everything. So there we go. This is 48 minutes. This is this part of the exercise, and as I was telling you on Monday we're going to finish. We have to do some cast shadows, because there are own shadows. Siempre existe lo que se llama sombras propias de un objeto. Si esto fuera un objeto, imaginaos. Este cubo de Rubik tiene sus sombras. Bueno, es que aquí no se ve muy bien, pero bueno. Es que estoy aprendiendo a hacerlo, ¿eh? Ojo, cuidado, ¿eh? Ojo, cuidado, que ya casi lo tengo. Solo me faltan 4 cosas. Bien, entonces, estoy viendo tutorial, ¿eh? No os creáis que esto lo saco yo de palo. Bueno, entonces, ahí están las sombras propias de un objeto y luego las sombras arrojadas, la sombra que desprende el objeto. Cuando vamos caminando, pues la sombra que vemos en el suelo es la sombra arrojada, y luego nosotros tendremos también luces y sombras si nos da más el sol por un lado, por otro habrá una parte de nosotros que estará más clara, otra más oscura, pero además hay la sombra arrojada. En inglés se llama cast, C-A-S-T, shadow. Pues el próximo día we're going to finish the exercise with the cast shadows, and you will need a pair of scissors, okay? So don't forget. See you on Monday, ladies. Have a very nice weekend. I hope you are happy. And bye bye.